I had a whale fault code come up when we started out on the van. I hadn't realised before we started out, but when I first went to use the gas heating, it wouldn't heat the water up. It would on the electric, either the 750 watt via the inverter or the higher output via being plugged in. My inverter's only 1600 watts, so I can't use it on the high power. But so it all worked fine on the electric side. When I put it onto the gas side, the red light would just flash constantly. There was no interruption in the flashing. It's just constantly flashing on off, on off, on off. After phoning someone, Propex heat source, who I got it from, they said I'd need to take it to a dealer to get it checked out. There might be some internal wiring fault. But on further investigation, I realised that down here where the underslung water heater, the water heater is underslung, and the hot and cold return are in there, and this is the electrical connection. What I hadn't realised was that I had a tiny leak coming from one of these joints, which I've now replaced, and it was dripping down into where the connectors are, and I could see that there was some discoloration around these pins at the bottom where this connector block connects to, and in fact you can see a little bit of discoloration there. So I knew that the whole system was actually working, but for some reason on the gas side the signal wasn't getting through properly. So I bought myself a little wire brush, and I had a sneaky feeling that it might be a bit of corrosion. So there's constantly a power going through these connectors, and you get a little bit of moisture going through a little bit of moisture, and it causes a reaction on the pins and cause them to corrode or verdigris. I could see the verdigris on it. So I got myself a little wire brush out of a store, pulled the fuse to this area and gave this lot a good clean, and then pulled out a clump of brushes there, twisted them, and made a clump that was just big enough to go into those terminals. Put it in, gave it a bit of a twist and a bit of a clean. And I did it on the first 3 or 4, or maybe even 5 of those. And did that a few times. Reinstated it, and immediately cured the problem. So that was just a little bit of probably the system's trying to measure whether there's enough of a current going through, or enough of a signal going through the two. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, how it works, but anyway, a good clean, and it was cured. No problem at all now. Cheers.